Seth Rollins' injury concerns after Crown Jewel. Seth Rollins just won the biggest match of the year at Crown Jewel, defeated Cody Rhodes to become the men's Crown Jewel champion, and established himself as the absolute top guy in WWE. So naturally he might have to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship because he's injured. Because wrestling is cruel, ironic, and loves nothing more than punishing people right when everything is going perfectly. Welcome back to the Wrestling Hidden Insight, and today we're talking about Seth Rollins' potential injury, why he might have to give up the title he just started making relevant again, and why this would be one of the worst possible scenarios for WWE right now. Let's start with what happened at Crown Jewel, because if you missed it or if you were too busy being amazed by the match to notice the specific moment, Seth Rollins did something absolutely insane. During his match with Cody Rhodes, Rollins delivered a coast-to-coast diving headbutt. That's diving from one corner of the ring all the way across to the opposite corner to headbutt someone. It's high risk, it's spectacular, and apparently, it's also a great way to wreck your arm. When Rollins landed, he tried to cushion his fall with his left arm, and it was immediately obvious something was wrong. The way he landed, the way he grabbed at that arm, the way he moved for the rest of the match, it all pointed to a legitimately bad bump. Now, Seth Rollins is one of the best sellers in the business, so when something happens in a match, you can never be 100% sure if it's real or if he's just that good at making you believe. But this felt different. This wasn't him selling to make the match more dramatic. This was him clearly in pain, trying to work through it, trying to finish the match without letting the audience or Cody know just how bad it was. And he did finish the match. He won. He became the Crown Jewel champion. But at what cost? Fast forward to after Crown Jewel, and Seth Rollins has been spotted in Perth with his arm in a sling ahead of Raw. An arm sling. That's not a maybe he tweaked something and it'll be fine in a couple days situation. That's a we need to immobilize this arm and see how bad the damage is situation. And suddenly all those fears about Rollins being legitimately hurt are looking a lot more justified. The WWE Universe is holding its collective breath because if Seth Rollins is seriously injured, the entire landscape of Raw changes overnight. Now, here's where things get complicated and frankly a little bit ironic in the cruelest way possible. A few months ago, Seth Rollins faked a knee injury. Remember that? WWE had everyone convinced his knee was destroyed, that he might have to vacate the title, that his career was in jeopardy. And then boom, surprise, he was fine the whole time and he used that fake injury to cash in his Money in the Bank contract on the World Heavyweight Championship in one of the most clever swerves WWE has pulled in years. It worked. Everyone bought it. It was brilliant storytelling. But now Seth might actually be hurt for real, and because of the boy who cried wolf situation WWE created, there's this lingering doubt in everyone's minds about whether this is real or another work. But here's the thing. This time all signs point to it being real. Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion. He just beat Cody Rhodes. He's on top of the world. His character has no reason to fake an injury right now. There's no storyline benefit to him being hurt. There's no cash-in coming. There's no surprise angle that makes sense with him pretending to be injured. So when he's walking around with his arm in a sling after taking a nasty bump that everyone saw, it's probably legitimate. And that's a problem. A massive problem. Let's talk about Seth's title reign for a second because it's been interesting. He won the World Heavyweight Championship and has only defended it once in the 2.5 months he's held it. One defense. That was the fatal 4-way main event at Clash in Paris over 6 weeks ago. Now, world champions not defending their titles every week is pretty standard in modern WWE. They save those defenses for premium live events to make them feel special. But 6 weeks without even a scheduled defense is starting to push it. And if Seth is legitimately injured and can't compete, that timeline is about to get even longer. Or it's about to end with him having to vacate the title altogether. If this turns out to be a minor injury, something that requires a few weeks of rest but nothing major, WWE can work around it. Seth doesn't have to wrestle on Raw every week. He can show up, cut promos, do segments with Division, continue to be a presence without actually getting physical. World champions have done that before. It's not ideal, but it's manageable. However, if this is a severe injury, if we're talking months of recovery time, then WWE has a serious decision to make. Do they have Seth hold onto the title while he's out, leaving Raw without an active world champion for an extended period? Or do they strip him of the title and crown a new champion, which would be the second time in his career Seth has had to vacate a world title due to injury? And here's the cruel irony I mentioned earlier. Seth Rollins faked an injury just a few months ago as part of a storyline. WWE portrayed it as legitimate to swerve the fans. And now, if Seth has to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship because of a real injury, it's going to feel like the universe delivering the most twisted form of karma. He pretended to be hurt and used it to his advantage. Now he might actually be hurt and it could cost him everything. You can't write that. Reality is more dramatic than any storyline WWE could come up with. Let's talk about what losing Seth Rollins would mean for WWE and specifically for Raw. Because this isn't just about one guy being out. This is about the entire main event scene being thrown into chaos. Seth Rollins is the centerpiece of Raw right now. He's involved with the Vision, which includes Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, two of the most dangerous rising stars in the company. He has a compelling and evolving dynamic with Paul Heyman. He has unfinished business with CM Punk. He has history with Roman Reigns. He's the glue holding together multiple storylines, and if you remove him, all of those storylines have to be restructured or put on hold. If you made it this far, you're clearly invested in what happens to Seth Rollins and the World Heavyweight Championship. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because here at the Wrestling Hidden Insight, we're posting multiple videos every day with all the breaking news, analysis, and updates as this story develops. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think WWE should do if Seth has to vacate the title. Who should be the next champion? How should they handle the Vision? And are you worried about Seth's long-term health? Share this video with anyone who's been following Seth's championship run because this is a developing story that could change everything. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay locked to the Wrestling Hidden Insight where we bring you the stories that shape the wrestling world as they happen.